Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another ship review. Very special this time. This is a double feature for you, so bear with us because this one is gonna take a little bit of time. First and foremost, welcome to the Tier 10 Russian battleships that we have available for you here. As always, a work in progress sign is in effect on these reviews, so bear that in mind, okay, with these ships. All stats may and can and probably might change. We'll have to wait and see though. So work in progress as always. So what are we dealing with here? Well, first and foremost, like I said, this is a double feature. So watch the screen very carefully. Can you spot the difference? Yeah, neither can I. 9 out of 10 people can't spot the difference. All facts are made up. But yeah, no. The Kreml and what is called the Podba, it's going to be called the Slava, which is Russian for victory. Apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly. Now, Kreml's been on test before. We know a reasonable amount about her. As she has seen here, she's spotting 108,300 hit points, 46% torpedo reduction, which is the second-ish highest, I think, behind the Alabama at 49%. We have 457mm guns, so the 18s are fitted as standard on this. 20.7 range without mods. 130mm secondaries, 8x2 mounts, which are located when I can spot them. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. So nestled around the central part of the ship. The guns can be buffed up and out in range. Again, 48% chance of fire. I'd like to see it a bit lower, however, is what it is. However, take note of that AP and HE velocity down there in the corner. 800 meters per second, and then when you look at the dispersion of 279 meters, it's a pretty accurate ship, this. However, AA defense, pretty good. Lots of them, usual cam. Concealment, this thing's huge. You're going to be able to see it from the other side of the map. So yeah, putting concealment on it will help, but to be honest with you, there are more important things to buff on this. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Maximum speed without flags or anything, 29.5 knots. Takes an age to turn the rudder, and it's got a huge turning circle. So interesting choice of upgrades to put on this. However, a couple of things to note on her. First and foremost, if we look at our consumables here, you can see that the repair party and the damage control party have a number. This is the biggest weakness of the Kreml and the Russian battleships coming up the line, you will have noticed, especially those of you that have been lucky enough to get the Ismail, the Poita, the Vladivostok, etc. Basically, the worst thing for the Russian battleships is HE and fire and flood damage. Once these consumables are used, that's it. No more. Even with Superintendent, you have 5 repairs and 4 heals. Now, while it's a good heal and while it's a good repair with a quick cooldown and everything like that, you always have to keep in the back of your head, once it's gone, it's gone. And that's not good, okay? That's not good in my opinion. Because it does add an extra level of complexity. She is a brute of a ship, don't get me wrong. However, when it comes out, our understanding at the minute is that the Slava will be an alternative tier 10. So you'll have 2 choices of tier 10. And I have to be honest with you, this ship is the one I will be going for. Why is that? Number 1, standard damage control party. I don't have to worry about, running out of damage control. Brilliant. Heals with Superintendent, I've got 5 of them. I've got a decent amount of HP regen there of 571 per second for 28 seconds. It's got the armor, it's packing a good punch. It's only got 4 or 6s, okay? But you know what? I'm cool with that. It doesn't have anywhere near the torpedo reduction of the Kreml or the HP. It's lacking around 12,000 HP and a massive almost 20% on the torpedo reduction. But the fact it has these 406s that reload a little bit quicker, that have a little bit more range with config, that are a bit more accurate, make this a much more enticing proposition for me. Concealment 14.6. Running my test captain here with the following spec as you see on screen. I've gone with quite a tanky setup. So we've gone with preventative maintenance with the expert loader, with high alert, with basics of survivability and survival expert, advanced fire training, superintendent, and adrenaline rush. Now, it looks a bit of an odd setup, but I'm having pretty good results with it. That does mean that unfortunately it might be a dedicated captain. Have to wait and see, because obviously, as you will have seen in my video of the Lenin has a totally different setup. So again, dedicated captain for the Lenin almost. If we look at the modules, again on the upgrades, I've gone high survivability. I think I probably will swap main armor mod 1 for the premium repair pack. Then I've gone damage com. I've gone those secondaries with damage mod 2. Then I've gone concealment. It adds a little bit because that dispersion of 5% helps. And then I've gone main battery mod 1. Now, I've got a longer turret traverse. However, I've got a quicker reload. Now, for me, this ship has been so far pretty good accuracy-wise, and especially with the 800 meters per second shell flight time of these guns. Well, 870 on these ones. They are beautiful. They really are razor. However, can I see that being nerfed? 100% can I see that being nerfed, guys. Which will be a shame because it will take away some of the nice things about it. She is a lot softer armor-wise. She's got less HP, you know. So she does lose a lot compared to the Kreml. But for these guns, yeah. And for this setup, I'm happy with it. I'd have this over the Kreml. But, you know, I prefer that kind of playstyle. She is just over 30 knots. Runners at the same time, same turning circle. Concealment is still massive. AA is pretty good. She's got a lot of them and they do a good job. And, you know, obviously, HE 40% chance of fire. It's quite a high chance of fire, so I expect them to be throwing HE about a bit from distance. But up close, the AP will be ripping you to shreds, potentially. Had some very, very surprising citadels with this. Kurfürst at 20 kilometers. You know, stuff like that. It's, I mean, yeah, okay, it's like a shot in a million, but hey, it happened. So yeah, that's the Kreml and the Pogba, guys. Very, very quick look at both of them. Honestly, my money's going to be on the Slava, Pogba. It depends what you want. If you want something that's a tough old bird, big guns, big blat, but you know, you've got to be on top of your game when you're managing your damage control and your repair party, the Kreml will suit you better. If you want something that's a little bit more light and flighty, and needs a little bit more careful handling because of damage that it'll soak, but is just as much fun, the Slava's going to be for you. I really like this idea from Wargaming. Great idea to have two different options at the top of the tech tree, because obviously we all know as we go up tech trees, we will come across ships that kind of stand out as being totally different to everything else in the tech tree. And it's nice to see that now appearing at the tier 10 side of things as well, and giving us the players an opportunity to select and think, well, actually, you know what? I quite prefer that game style, so I'm going to pick that one. Doesn't mean either one's going to be right or wrong. At the end of the day, personal choice is yours. Anyway, that is a very, very quick 10-minute look. Thank you all. Don't forget, subscribe, like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will catch you all in the next video. See you soon, folks. Good night.